Hey guys, so welcome to this new video over here at Financial Hub. So where we'll be sharing basically what happens in the office to show you the reality of trading, the ups and downs, and basically what we do on a day-to-day basis. So today, as you can see, it's quite chilly. So we always start the past few weeks have been really sunny, but this week is quite chilly. But anyway, the markets are still open. The markets have opened. We've done our pre-analysis for the week. Now we're just about to start our Zoom session, which you'll get to see. Ken over here is on the charts already. He's shared a few trades with the public group that we have on our Telegram as well as WhatsApp group. So if you like, you can join as well. We have the links below. Apart from that, he's already taken his risk on. So we call it risk on. Whenever we have a trade, it's risk on. And I think he's already up. I heard him saying about $35. I don't know what he's aiming for, but that's the trade he already has. Personally, I don't have a trade running, so Mondays are quite slow days for me, and Tuesdays, so I'm normally waiting for Wednesday, Thursday and Friday when I start trading heavily. So with that said, I'm just about to start the Zoom session. It's now 10:31 and it's supposed to start at 10:30, so I won't waste time. Let's get right into that and I'll see you later on. So good morning everyone, I hope everyone is well. So welcome to today's video. Nice. So not to complicate things, this is just dollar index. So always look at dollar index. Dollar index, we don't trade it, but we look at it because it gives us the relative strength of the dollar. So what I'm looking at is that we're within this multiple channels. So just doing this analysis over the weekend, and what I'm looking at is this channel, the blue channel. So if I take away this.
So hi guys, hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful Monday and chilly morning. Risk on for me, so unlike earlier, we were in 3 positions. Markets are moving in my favor, and I actually went, I'm in 2 positions. There is one that I want to execute, so
from S2 you can see price really rallied up back to P. At P, here at Financial Hub we call it the full zone. It's sort of a battlefield. It's fair, like no one is winning the game. Bulls and bears at P are finding the price to be fair, not cheap, not expensive.
hi guys, hope you're doing well. So today is on Tuesday and London has just started, so we're 30 minutes into London trading. I'm looking for some setups. I already have some exposure in the markets, but markets didn't move much yesterday, so we're looking to see if markets will materialize the setups. So yesterday was a bank holiday in the United States, and we normally like trading London and New York, and when it's a bank holiday, definitely those 2 sessions are dead. So yesterday was a dead day in the markets, but you're back to life. You can see some moves happening. And let's see, probably by 3:34 we should be knowing if you're on the right side or on the wrong side. And if you're on the wrong side, how do you reposition, how do you adjust your portfolio? If you're on the right side, how do you add some risk or some exposure in the markets? That's how we play the game. It's a simple game and we like it. So that's basically what's happening for now. So not much movement. Let's wait, patience.
So yeah guys, as Ken said, today is Tuesday, so the second day of the week this week for trading. As you can see, it's quite a cold day, so the weather is really cold, but we're moving on and still trading. So apart from that, today here in the markets, yesterday the market didn't move much. As Ken has said, it was a bank holiday in US. So personally, as Ken has said, he had some risk on. Personally, I don't have any risk on today and yesterday as well. Today we'll get to know later on. I'm waiting for the market to confirm my analysis before I get into a trade. So not every day is a trading day unless you have a probable, a nice setup that is forming. So for example, if you look at this, what I have over here. So basically what I do, or how I track the markets. So you can see over here, this was September 7th. I have no trades taken, so I always track my pairs. So if I go back, you can see I always track every week, every single day, what trades I've taken, how it performed, and I comment on it. So I always have a comment whether if it was a win or a loser. So that's what I normally do. So nothing much on that. That's my trading tracking book. So yeah, that's it from me. We'll catch up later. That's all I have for today morning. And before markets pan out, before my market analysis is confirmed, I can be doing other things, maybe talking to students, clients, and catching up with other people, not always focusing on the markets, because the longer you're in the markets just looking at the screen, the more you'll get fooled. So that's it from me. I'll see you guys later.
It's not normal for markets to move down 4-5%, and when that happens, you need to be on the radar to know what's happening across the world. Markets are speaking, and you need to listen. Anyway, on the tape it was clear that the markets will be going down. So the tape, the pricing was showing that the markets will keep on moving down. We expect it to sink low, at least to $35 a barrel, $30 a barrel, probably even $25 a barrel. Could see prices go that low, but that's normal in the markets. You just capitalize on the moves. So today we are currently down 4%. On the team, no one made money on that trade, unfortunately. So actually most guys were out of this market, so we never expected this plunge to be that fast. We waited for a pullback for us to get an entry, but this is clearly a runaway market. So when markets are running away, you just can't capitalize on them. So that's it. I think my friend Lawi will tell you what he has on his watch list.
Tesla is down 15% pre-market. It's gonna end in tears, as Cooperman said. That means Elon Musk will be losing about 10 to 15 billion on market open. Dangerous. We also had a Japanese guy who lost $41 million trying to bet in the stock market. This game is not easy, bro. It's tough, it's tough.
This is not a game for everyone. So like my friend said, this is a game for the brave ones, for those who are ready to get hurt, those who are ready to be punched on their faces and to wake up the following morning and to show up in the office. If you're ready for that, you can make good money. The big man Bedar Baruch said, if you are ready to study prizes, like a medical student studies anatomy, and plus that, have the sixth sense of a clairvoyant and the cool nerves of a gambler, probably you stand a chance at this game.
So guys, if you want to know how we do this shit here, manage this tough game for about 4 years now, make sure you link up with us. Jaquad Towers, 17th floor. See this action.
15 minutes into the session, 50 for $30. That's for $30.
Last couple of minutes of breaking news on the US and China. With that breaking news, Bloomberg's chief Washington correspondent Kevin Sabili. Hey Kevin.
Very tough game.
Hey Jonathan, I can tell you that the US has imposed restrictions on the Xinjiang autonomous...
Caleb, it's on a Wednesday morning. Why are you morning?
I did a fatal mistake. So let me tell you how it all started. On Monday, on Sunday, I did pre-analysis, very good analysis on USD CAD, and I knew we were going to go up. I was expecting the up last week, but it did not come. So this week I expected the market was going to rally up. I came in, I analyzed the market for the public group on Monday and told them this thing is going to go up. We were still on the bearish territory, but as soon as we broke out, it was a clean breakout. My mind, as Ken says, had polarity. I didn't take the trade. I started imagining some retests that were never to come. Ken told me, enter, it's better you be in. If the retests come, it will confirm your trade. I hesitated and watched the tape go up, up. Was I wrong? No. Did the market show me I was wrong? No. Did I trade? Look at that. Look. This was my first target. My second target is 1.133. I wasn't even aiming so far. Just 170 pips. Market is going without breaks. Those retest I was imagining nothing. Fuck, naona this stuff. Oil ilikuwa inaanguka. Kwanza ilikuwa confirmation bro kwanga too long.
I'm still sitting on the fence. Let's wait for a break of S1 before knowing where the markets will ultimately move to. So those are some of the markets we are watching, and we'll give you an update in case anything else arises. So if there's any question, I'll try and answer it in the chat room. So someone is asking what is the relationship of EURUSD with other currency pairs. Can we say it is the main fish that directs the markets in other currency pairs? So we can say that euro-dollar is the most liquid pair, first of all, in the currency market. The euro is among the G10 currencies, so they are mainly called the G10 currencies, which is a strong. These are some of the best countries in the world, the developed countries.
It was probably a bit underestimated by the market. The European Recovery Fund, 750 billion euros for growth.
Hi guys, today is on Thursday, so normally Thursdays are quite volatile in the markets. So we've just seen some strong volatility across the pound. Markets have moved significantly lower. In about 15 minutes, the ECB will be talking. So the central bank governor, it's a she actually, she'll be talking about policies and how they're going to restructure some things, but their interest rates are still at zero. So the markets are looking for inflation talks. We're looking for assets to keep on rallying. The rate cycle still remains lower, and probably markets will tick up higher.
Hey guys, so as Kiana said, today's Thursday. We expect a lot of volatility in the market today and tomorrow. As the week comes to an end, there's a lot of volatility, especially during the New York session, which is in about 1.5 hours from now. So I entered a trade between the London session and New York session, so I was quickly stopped out. So as you can see, I've made a loss, about $30 loss on GBP USD. I tried buying it, so it was my first loss of the week. Earlier on today morning, I just locked in my profit on USD CAD at about $66. So and I took that trade yesterday, and I still have a trade I took yesterday on Aussie dollar long, so it's still running. And today I've taken a trade on Dow Jones. So I have a Dow Jones long position, and I'm targeting the market to go a bit more higher. So I'll let you know how that trade goes. Currently, Ken has, as he's talked about, he has some trades running. And we're seeing a lot of momentum coming in on GBP USD. So we're just paying attention to that. As he said, ECB are about to speak, so we're paying attention to that. And we'll catch up and let you guys know how that all goes.
Take out of this diagram. So that is a pattern indicating bullish pressure. Why am I targeting the target? New highs to be created at 28,100, which is an and also Fibonacci extension. Tumeambiwa hapa hapa over 27.2 extension. Then I'll be out of that. We trade in Asia. 73. Bado imebakisha 50 pips hapo. Ni small. Yaani kaa $5. Chini.
But anyway, here we are. So end of the week, it's been an okay week. Not really much has happened. The structure that is forming, as Ken said, if I look on the one-day chart, so I sort of have this descending triangular formation. So we can see this support level at 1910. So this is 1910. You can plot it on your chart. Watch it very carefully. And we have this descending trend line. So we had this first touch, second touch. Yesterday we went and got that third touch.
So good morning, guys. I hope you're doing well. From our side, we're doing well. So currently I have a position, only one. So today I'll only be taking one trade. I've looked at markets. Yesterday after I closed off the positions, I never expected to execute any trade. But when I was going home at night, I spotted some very beautiful pattern.
So yeah guys, we've come to the end of the week. So this week is now over. Personally, I've just broken even. Currently I have a trade that's running on Dow Jones. So as you can see, I'm really being squeezed. I'm about $30. I'm down $30. My stop loss is about to be hit, which is about, if the stop loss is hit, I'll have lost about $40 for today. That's the only trade I've taken today, and I've taken a maximum of I think 5 trades this week. So keeping it minimal, keeping it very simple. So that's the losses I have for today. So we'll see how that trade goes. If my stop loss is hit, I'll know that and end my week, go home. If it's not, then I'll be profitable maybe if it goes further down. But apart from that, that's normal in the market. Getting losses is part of the journey. So with that said, Ken is not here with us today. I'm here with Taras. We're just ending the week, just looking at the charts and just finalizing and preparing for next week. So I hope you enjoyed this episode that you've watched, seeing what happens here in the background where we make money, lose money. That's what happens over here on the trading floor. Wherever you go to any trading floor, that's what happens. So that's it from me. I've had a wonderful week. I'll just sit and maybe close this trades for today because I don't like riding the losers for long. Accept your loss and move on, journal it and move on. So that's it from me this week, guys, and I'll catch you guys soon.
How could I be so blind? I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair with those eyes so bright. They look into my soul and it sparks my life. Can I take you there?